Okay, step 5. So, design the indoctrination. This is the first thing that a member will do as soon as they join your community. And it's one of the last things that we do when building out the customer cult because it has to use pieces from the culture, it has to show the model that you've built in stage 3. It has to all align with the 10 pieces that you built in step 1. And so it's the last piece, but it's the most important piece because this is what bridges the moment that they join to them actually getting results. Because we know the biggest window that they'll churn is the first 30 days. First 90 days, really, but the first 30 days is the most important. So we have to get them bought in. And to do that, we have to get them bought in on 3 different things: on you, on your method, and on themselves. And themselves is the hardest thing because you can't dictate a lot of that. And so what we have to do is this is where we strap on the new identity. And so we know that if we can control the identity, we control the behavior. And so the very first thing that we do is create a doctrine, create some indoctrination to what we do here. Who are we, right? So that we can start alienating who they are and intensify that us versus them. Because if they're not bought in on all of this, then they're just there for the content. But as soon as they're bought in on the mission, right? They get to see why the mission exists. They get to see this timeline of what's happened and their place in it. They see the new identity that they're becoming. They get to see what we value, what we believe, our philosophy, right? They get to see this whole picture and the ripple effect of what happens when they get results. That it's more than just consuming content and leaving. It is part of a mission. They are part of something greater, which is one of the existential human needs that is so devoid in this AI internet world. And so this is all of the pieces built together to indoctrinate them in the very first step. So it's how you onboard and how you indoctrinate. We'll onboard the behavior, right? So we'll use the technology to guide the behavior to start moving them through that behavioral commitment curve. And then we indoctrinate them to start overriding their beliefs so that between the beliefs and behaviors, the beliefs reinforce the behaviors reinforce the beliefs. You do those long enough and they're gonna get results. And so that's how we get people paying and staying. We have to get them bought in on the first 30 days. So this part is super important and it uses elements from the first 4 pieces. So it is one of the last pieces to be done. Once we have that, then the school is built, the community is built, and we move on to stage 6, where it's how we lead it.